সঙ্গেতে সম্বল আছে পুণ্য ধন, সঙ্গেতে সম্বল রাখো পুণ্য ধন, গোপনে অতি যতনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। লোভ মোহ আদি পথে দস্যুগণ পথিকের করে সর্বস্ব হরণ, লোভ মোহ আদি পথে দস্যুগণ পথিকের করে সর্বস্ব হরণ, পরম যতনে রাখরে প্রহরী, পরম যতনে রাখরে প্রহরী, পরম যতনে রাখরে প্রহরী, সমদম দুইজনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। সাধু সঙ্গ নাম, সাধু সঙ্গ নামে আছে পান্থধাম, শ্রান্ত হলে তথায় করিবে বিশ্রাম। সাধু সঙ্গ নামে আছে পান্থধাম, শ্রান্ত হলে তথায় করিবে বিশ্রাম। পথ ভ্রান্ত হলে সুধারিবে পথ ভ্রান্ত হলে সুধারিবে পথ, সে পান্থ নিবাসী জনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। যদি দেখো পথে ভয়ের আকার, প্রাণপণে দিও দোহাই রাজার। যদি দেখো পথে ভয়ের আকার, প্রাণপণে দিও দোহাই রাজার। সে পথে রাজার প্রবল প্রতাপ, সে পথে রাজার প্রবল প্রতাপ, সে পথে রাজার প্রবল প্রতাপ। সমুন্দরে যা শাসনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশির বেশে ভ্রম কেন কারণে, সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশির বেশে ভ্রম কেন কারণে। মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। জয় গুরু।
अकातरे सिरे बाहे रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी के कारण आसिल पाथी काधाई रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी के कारण किते ज्योति रेखा पथे देला देखा अंधारे होइलो बाइरे किते ज्योति रेखा पथे देला देखा अंधारे होइलो बाइरे मोह भेली के रे एड़ी देलु सब मोह भेली के रे एड़ी देलु सब जन्म मृत्यु छकाडे रे जन्म मृत्यु छकाडे रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी की कारण आसिल पाथी काधाई रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी की कारण छेद कराए ही अंतहीन जात्रा मरण हे पारे थाई रे छेद कराए ही अंतहीन जात्रा मरण हे पारे थाई रे फेरिबाको हेबा आसिछु जे पथे फेरिबाको हेबा आसिछु जे पथे पारिबो कि एका जाई रे पारिबो कि एका जाई रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी के कारण आसिल पाथी काधाई रे प्रियाली के ताना छाड़ी की कारण सम्मुखरे तोरा काही लक्ष्य स्थळ जहाँ नयन फेराई रे सम्मुखरे तोरा काही लक्ष्य स्थळ जहाँ नयन फेराई रे आलोक वर्तिका छाडिकी कारण आसिल पथिका धाई प्रिय निकेतन छाडिकी कारण सेहि पिता माता सेहि इष्ट भ्राता तांक समा किए काहि रे सेहि पिता माता सेहि इष्ट भ्राता तांक समा किए काहि रे बंधन मोचन पूज्यवरं गुणहीनमसे सगुणाधिपति भवभीरुजने सत ताम्बरदां प्रणमामि गुरु शिवकाळपतरं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिवकाळपतरं
Jai Guru. Dear Takur, all my bhais and ma's, we're going to start our general session of the Samilani. Okay. I'm requesting Mr. John Stokes, please come and take the seat. And I'm also requesting Santosh Bhai, President of Nilachal Saraswati Sangha, to take his seat. His seat, no one. Yeah.
Jai Guru. Bande Guru Sachidananda Murti Jnana Pradam Bhakti Sangrakhitaram Lokarthanishtham Karunavataram Sammilanarambha Sandarsakaram Guru Krupa Mrutam Bande ज्ञानदीपप्रबोधकं सम्मीलनस्य भुवारम्भे श्रीगुरुं नमाम्यहम्। सम्मीलनेऽस्मिन् हृद्ये सुसङ्गता वयं बुद्धिसौम्यै पथिकै समर्पिता गतिः शान्तिमयीं जामवनीं प्रयाम्यहं ज्ञानेन तेजस्विनीं नतमस्तु भूयात्। सम्मीलनं मङ्गलं नास्तु ज्ञानस्य दीपो ज्वलतु हृदि हृदि। सर्वेऽपि शिष्याः सुसंस्कृताः स्युः ध्यानं गुरोतिष्ठतु नित्यकालम्। सर्वे मिलित्वा यत्र स्नेहं सामञ्जस्यं च भवति हृदि तत्रैव निर्मलं पन्था सत्यस्य साधनं च सदा। सम्मीलनं परस्परं बन्धनं ज्ञानदायिनी स्फुरति ज्योतिः। संवादेन वैविध्यं विलीनं वर्धते नवचेतनया। सर्वधर्मसम्भावना तत्र भवतु नित्यमिदं स्थलम्। साम्प्रदायिकं न भवेद् विभाजनम् सर्वे भवन्तु एकस्मिन् मध्ये। स्मृतिं कुरु यत्र गुरोपदयो सम्मीलनी स्यात् पूजनीयम्। तत्र वसतु मङ्गलं नित्यम् समृद्धिं कुरु न सर्वदा। सम्मीलनस्य भूर्वाश्रया दीप्यतां ज्ञानमय हृदय। सर्वे मिलित्वा कर्तव्यं सर्वकार्येषु भुवते मम। शुभेऽस्मिन् सम्मीलने वयं सर्वे मिलिता यशस्वी भवावः। संश्चगः सद्भाव नित्यमेव वसतु भद्रम् एष सम्मीलनी। अमेरिकादेशे समारब्धमस्तु संघं यशस्विन् गुरो प्रिय प्रियतमां प्रकाशयत्यत्र दिव्यं विमर्शम् धर्मं सनातनं विश्वविभासं चारिणी साधन चतुष्टय महात्मा योगी तु तंत्र ज्ञान प्रेम युक्तः पश प्रसरतु लोके गुरो प्रभृति बोधेन सन्दीप्यतु पश्यतः जनम् साहसधर्म प्रशान्तमार्गः साधनचत्युर्चत्वार्जपि शिक्षयित्वा पश्चिमदेशे प्रतिव्याप्तिमेति नाम्ना गुरो कीर्तिरभुश्चुदिघ्रं जय गुरु मंत्रे समबद्धचित्तः सर्वे जना एकतया प्रतिष्ठः भेदं विना भावयन्तु सम्यक् गुरो पदाम्बोज निशेषभय च भवतु प्रवृत्तिः प्रबोधधरा आमेरिकायामपि धर्मगङ्गा गुरु सचेतः प्रविशेत् सम्मिख्य चिरं न लोक भवत्यन्धकारे तेन पश्चिम वासिनः मात्र ते मे भवन्ति सनातनपुत्रः जे शृणुयात् ठाकुर वाणीं स एक भवेत् दिव्यमानः सः एकः भवेत् दिव्यमानवः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Jai Guru. Thanks to Vrindavan Bhai for his recitation in Sanskrit, offering his love and respect at the lotus feet of Sri Takur Maharaj. Now I would like to request Vijay Bhai to introduce our guest to this holy congregation. Vijay Bhai.
Joy Guru. I have dear Maharaj Bhais and honorable guests. It's a joy to have you join us today. This is our third day and we feel very privileged. You know, we have had it's a joyous reunion for us. For days we wait for this to happen. And for us, July 4th couldn't come too soon every year. And then when we, our children, they listen because most of our discourse takes place on the web or, through YouTube and other conferencing media and also using the telephone. And, but they know them from talking, listening, but they see them each other. And this is how they get connected to our Guru and connected with each other by the blessings of our Guru who we worship. Today, this session is devoted, you'll hear a little more about it, devoted to recognize that we are part of a community, larger community, that we are not something that is out of the ordinary. Most people have a temple or a church or a mosque that they go to pay homage and to worship the divine, acknowledge the divine, and this is our way. And so we want the community to see us as somebody normal who we gather here on Sundays. We come on Saturday evening and Sundays, and we are really grateful to Orange County for welcoming us and to have this worship center. And that now that we have it, we want you to come and share with us at least once a year. You're always welcoming to come more often. We are a necessarily inclusive. Our Guru is universal. We are inclusive. We welcome people of all walks and all faith and all religions and all races and all creed and all beliefs. And he did it himself, and so we follow that. So we really want to honor your presence. And depending upon what we have with us, honored guests from India. We have the president of the main organization, like the Vatican of our faith. He's here with us. We also have the person who runs the entire enterprise. Very knowledgeable people, both of them, and we feel very fortunate that they have taken the trouble to fly and travel this distance and be with us to make it all the more special. But today it's devoted to our guests. Today it is devoted to honor the community we live in, and that we're not a best kept secret. We just come here, we enjoy, our kids enjoy, and then we go back. But today we want you to see us normal, and you can share your feelings with us, and we just want to share, that we value being in the community. If they ask me, I will introduce a few other people that I know here who are guests today, or recognize people, just so you know they're part of us, but they still deserve a recognition here. But I have the distinct honor to start with to recognize John H. Stokes and his beautiful bride, his wife, Sandra Stokes. And both of them are here. John is my neighbor. I wouldn't be having a house. We live next door to each other. And I actually, he let me build a house on his land that he separated. It was a different lot, but he separated. And, John is my neighbor. And I've learned a lot from him. So I suggested that we invite John to our congregation to be part of us this celebration. And Gan Bhai, who has the Sabha, or is he heading the service, he met John at a coffee house. So we sat there, and in that conversation we are telling as to how we have built a parking lot, but the electric cooperative is saying they cannot provide us lighting. It's too short notice. John listened. The way John is, he said, "Oh, I think I can do that. I can help you." I didn't say no. Gan Bhai said, "Okay." And so John has been here every day, almost all of last week. You were here, our guests, from India, and it was pouring rain the last day, and some, young Bhais helped, and yet it did not happen. He was wet, it was slippery. Then we went home disappointed, but he didn't stop there. He's a very technology savvy person. He probably used ChatGPT and what could have happened, or AI or something. And he said, "Bijoy, you know what it is? I think we just have to tighten the bulb a little." And he also said something you can do instead. when I told him, I'm not sure, I'll come along, I'll come. So he came while he was kind of sick or not feeling too well. He was tired. I asked him, are you tired? He said, no, I'm very tired. But anyway, and so everybody knows John Stokes' name because I wrote and said John helped us do this. But today we have the privilege of meeting John Stokes. His best introduction is something that he told me, and there are a lot of things I can tell. He's a photographer, videographer, and he did that for National Geographic and many for UNC with Duke and all of that. And then later he built his own house, and later he became a magistrate in Orange County or Chapel Hill. And now he's not retired, he's still very active. He wakes up at 4 o'clock, he sleeps early, gets up early, and if he's helping me, like the day we had to come here, I opened the garage, and suddenly as I came down, I heard movement inside the garage. I thought a deer had gone in. We have a lot of deer. An animal had gone into that, and there was John inside the garage trying to pick up things so we can come here. That's how he is. But one of the best introductions that I can give is, John told me that, Bijoy, I asked, so why are you so helpful, or why are you, offering your service, with such ease and, such openly, without expecting anything? He said, Bijoy, something? I told that to my son's mother-in-law when she retired and she was unhappy. The best way to be happy is to make somebody else happy. I think that's the best introduction I can give, and that's exactly what we, practice and believe in. I may fall short, but that's exactly what our effort is. And so to me, I feel like you can be of a different faith. You may not have come here once, and he also shares that, and he'll tell you a little bit about it because he told Ganbhai, they both agreed that, let's say somebody who has not been influenced or not seen or not worshipped, but lives by the principles of either Jesus Christ or Takur or Nigamananda, I think is also a disciple. Is also a disciple if you live by those human principles. And so I see that there's a lot of commonality of what we believe and he, and so but one of his best accomplishments in life is to find Sandra Stokes. Sandra keeps us grounded, but if she doesn't know where John is, there's a phone call. Where are you? What are you doing? And they're a very warm, generous, loving couple. Sandra was a school teacher, later became a nurse, and today she is providing, complimentary or free, or she just wants to help every day. And so new migrants, she's teaching them English when they don't speak, the Chinese, the Spanish people, and now, as soon as I introduced to Biju Bhai to her or to John, oh, my wife can do that, and so she has volunteered to assist Biju Bhai to learn English. So John, Sandra, we are really happy you are here. For me, it's a given. I take a lot of liberties with them. I call them, I go there unannounced, and they're my neighbors. And I'm waiting for a day when they'll say, oh, God, I wish we didn't have this guy. So I don't hesitate to ask him. John has done a lot of things for me and for us. Now it's our Sangha. So we see him as a friend. We see him as a good neighbor. And I'll stop there. And if I missed anything, and they don't want me to tell anything more about them. They said that you'll embarrass us. I promised I will not. So anything that you tell about them that is good in our minds, they're embarrassed by it. They just say that, we just do that. So anyway, so that's John and Sandra Stokes, who live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's about 10 miles from here, 11 miles from here. And, so we're really fortunate to have you, John and Sandra, not just as our neighbor, but somebody, and I hope you will come back often. And I was scared about what we'll offer them for lunch. And Sandra is a world citizen. John is too. John has gone all parts of the world. And so they're just very open and inclusive, and we really value that. So I'll stop here, bhai.
Thank you, Vijay Bhai. You have spoken so elaborately on Mr. Stokes. We are really proud of his presence here. We thank him for accepting the pain to come here in spite of his busy schedule. I would like to sit down, please. Now I like Subhasis Bhai to explain the objective of a general session in this holy congregation as a part of the 3 days program. Ten minutes is allotted to you. I hope you will be conscious about that.
Jai Guru. Our most loving and revered Sri Takur Maharaj, our most loving Sabhapati Bhai Santosh Bhai, our most loving Parichalaka Bhai Sarat Bhai, AMSAS President Bhai Braja Bhai, and we have the chief guest of the session, John H. Stokes. It is really nice knowing you, and Vijay Bhai really did a great introduction to you, so I would love to know you more. And all our esteemed guests who have come here to have darshan of Sri Takur Maharaj and hear his message, his words, and know him more. And we also have all our bhais, maas, and young aspirants who have been with us for last 3 days. It is my proud privilege that I have got this opportunity to say the importance or the objective of Sadharana Sabha. Vijay Bhai has already shared in a short way why we have this Sadharana Sabha, why we have this congregation. So I will not say a lot of things. I'll probably add to what he said. So I'll keep it short. We are having this congregation for last 3 days. We are really fortunate to have this congregation here in F-Land, North Carolina. This is a very important and very touching thing for our Sri Takur Maharaj. He really likes these Samilanis. He once said that if he had not done anything else in his life, this Samilani would have been his greatest contribution to the human society. We are here for last 3 days. In the first 2 days, we were discussing a lot about different spiritual topics, about how to be an ideal householder, what is the real power of Sangha or association, and we also shared our spiritual experiences, our spiritual growth and obstacles, so that we can learn from each other. So these were really emotional, exciting sessions which really charged us up. On the third day in the morning, we had a session for all our maas, that is all our women and girls, where Sri Takur Maharaj shared his message, his vision for all our maas. And in the afternoon, as we are having here, Sri Takur Maharaj has opened his doors to everybody in the community to have a darshan of him, to know him more, to hear his message, and understand what does really Sanatan Dharma mean. So anyone who has any inclination to know more about life, about any righteousness, any good things, would surely find something beneficial in this session. Every now and then people feel that there is a void in their life, something that is not explained, but you feel that something is not right. And many times those void or emptiness can be filled by the presence of a learned man or a guide who can say what is right or wrong, what needs to be done, and what needs to be avoided. Sri Takur Maharaj is one such guru. He is a universal spiritual teacher, as Santosh Bhai said. He shared the mantra of Joy Guru, which means, when we translate it, win for the spiritual teacher or win for the guru. As it is not restricted to one's religion or to one's faith, anybody can anybody can say it and feel good that he is praising his or her spiritual teacher. Every now and then you feel that, okay, what's the problem in my life? But you can very much assured that there is someone in your life assigned to you who will show up when the time is right and guide you and show you the path to liberation, to salvation, or to just have a good human life. So the concept of guru is generally accepted by all. Irrespective of one's belief, one's faith, or religion, everybody feels the need of a learned man who can explain the tough or difficult concepts of spirituality. Sisi Takur Maharaj wants to have a society of righteousness and universal brotherhood. He feels that his followers should spread the message that everybody should treat others as embodiments of God. You should serve them as if God resides in them and you can see God in them. He feels that one should not spread his message through pamphlets or loudspeakers, but his followers should spread his message through their actions. They should behave in the society in such a way that people will be amazed to see how people are behaving in this way, and they would be curious to know who is guiding these people, who is showing them the path that they are so much useful in the society. So in short, Gurudev wants to spread his message through actions and not through words. In this session, you will get to know in short about the biography of Takur Maharaj, his message, his understanding of the world. And as you hear this, you probably might feel that, okay, I'm a little bit more curious to know about this person. Sri Thakur Maharaj had siddhi or greatness in 4 different parts of spirituality, and that shows that he is qualified to show you the path of salvation or liberation based on your skills or your liking. So you can so he has all the understanding of Sanatan Dharma, and his teachings show that he has strong understanding of those concepts. But he would share it as per your skills, as per your background, and your liking. He says that he has done a lot of sadhana or a lot of preaching, because of which we don't have to do it. We just have to love him unconditionally and just serve him and serve his the whole world as his mirror image, and we would get the same benefit of the sadhana that he did. So I feel that as we go along in this session and beyond, we would learn some things about Sanatana Dharma, about how to be a good citizen in this community, and how can we be useful to each other. And probably this would be the real blessing of Takur Maharaj to us all as we are together here and discuss this. If I made any mistake while sharing the objective of Sadharana Sabha, I beg forgiveness before you all, and I hope you enjoy the session and you learn something from this session. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Thanks, Vasis Bhai. We have already prepared a document to be presented here verbally. Thanks a lot. Now I would like to request Devasis Bhai to speak few words in a brief of Sri Sri Thakur's biography. Devashish Bhai, you have been allotted 20 minutes of time. Please remember it. And we have to finish within that 20 minutes.
Joy Guru, Pranapriya Thakura, esteemed guests from Odisha, Parichalka President, AMSAS President, all our respected guests, John, and all our guests from India, my dear bhais and maas and young aspirants. It's not an easy task to describe the infinite. And what we have before us is something that is out of our capability to describe properly. It is our limited understanding and our limited capability and limited time which we have to use to describe things that are out of our understanding. So with that kind of a premise, I would start with an advanced Khyama Prarthana. If I make a mistake, I will skip a lot of things. I beg forgiveness for that beforehand. Thakur's life is something we kind of learn almost in the beginning. The reason is we are trying to follow something that Thakur has said, and before even doing that, we need to understand who Thakur was. What was the person like? How did he grow into what he is or what he has taught to us, everyone? And in order to do that, we will have to understand what he had to go through in his life. That's why we have to, in the beginning, first learn about his jibani, and then try to understand what kind of pains he had to go through to get to all the knowledge that he could acquire. And the ways that he has described us to follow, how did he arrive on those things? To begin, Sri Sri Thakur Maharaj was born in 1880 in Radhakanpur in current Bangladesh, and he spent his early life in Kutapur. He was born to Yogendra Mohini Ma and Bhuvan Mohan Chattopadhyay in Kutapur. His entire early life shows that he was, even though he was not very religious in the beginning, he was always very straightforward. He had the braveness to stand up for what he thought was correct, and he was always in the side of justice and fairness. And there are many stories from his childhood where even though he was such a small child, he was able to stand up to others to make a point for justice and fairness. I'm going to skip a lot of those stories because of short of time. He, even though he was not very religious when he was a small kid, there was early signs that he might be going to have a very bright future. When he was just 9 years old, he saw Ma Durga in Chandi Mandap, which took him by surprise, but later on he would come back to it and get a lot of inspiration from what he saw there. So as a child also, he was drawn to religious path, even though he was not a full kind of believer in that yet. There were a bunch of events, sad events in his life, which kind of shook him in the beginning. When he was just 13 years old, his mother passed away, which kind of made him go away from religion even more because he thought it was unfair to him. But later, after a few years, when he was around 17, he got married, and he was a very devoted family householder. And however, by a turn of another fateful event, soon after childbirth, he lost his wife too. That kind of shook him a lot, and something that he kind of did not expect was just before his wife passed away, he was able to see her, even though he was not close to where his wife was. Her wife was in Kutapur, but Thakur Maharaj was in Narayanpur, and even then he could feel her presence before she passed away. And that happened many times, which kind of intrigued him, and he started to question, is there more to what I don't know about life and death? So he started to be very inquisitive, and one thing that we have kind of seen in his stories all along his childhood, he was very determined. If he got to a question, he was always determined to find the answer. So when he got to this question, all he could find at that time was there was some institutions like Theosophical Society and all. He tried going there to around Chennai, so he had to travel a lot to get to that kind of answer. He was able to contact spirits through medium, but after some time he got kind of disappointed. He just didn't want to go through a medium to reach his wife. At that time he was just looking to contact his wife. So he went to Calcutta. At that time, Purnananda Swami was someone he kind of contacted and tried to ask these questions about. And Swami said that your wife's soul has now become one with Adya Sakti. So you have to not just look for your wife, but try to understand what Adya Sakti is and how to see her. So there, he changed his path a little bit, broadened his expectations, and started to look for how would he meet Adya Sakti. So at that time, he looked around for a long time before suddenly one night in a dream, he got a one-lettered mantra, which he could not understand at that time. So he started asking around, looking for the answers, and he traveled all around, and he kept on going to understand what this means. He went to Kashi. At that time, he thought Kashi might have a lot of people who might understand this. But he reached the end of the road at almost everywhere he tried. So he was so desperate and so much heartbroken that at one night, he kind of decided, I cannot take it anymore. I have a question, but I cannot find the answer. So he was contemplating suicide at that time. That night, he had another dream. Lord Vishnu came to his dream and said, you have to go to Tarapit and ask for Bamakhepa. So that's the next step he kind of followed through. When he went to Bamakhepa and showed him the single letter mantra, Bamakhepa was so happy. He could understand the meaning of that mantra. He said, Ma Tara loves you. She wants you here. So that's where his first big learning started. Bamakhepa was Takur Maharaj's Tantrika Guru, and he learned how to reach Adya Sakti, Divine Mother, through Tantra Sadhana. And another thing that is also very kind of apparent from his childhood and his whole life is he was really, really focused on anything he used to do. He was able to finish his Tantra Sadhana in record time. That it also surprised Bamakhepa. He was able to contact Ma Tara, Divine Mother, and really see her in person. And it happened not only once, many times. So he was able to go from just seeing his wife to understand that the soul had merged with the Divine Mother to really have a conversation with Mata. And then one day he asked Bamakhepa that every time I see Ma comes out of myself. So he was trying to understand that why is Ma coming from me? Am I the part of the same thing too? At that point, Bamakhepa kind of got angry. He said, you know how to do this, but you don't understand the theory behind it. So maybe the next step for your understanding would be to find your Gyani Guru. So he was able to finish his Tantra Sadhana very soon, but he had to now start looking for a new Guru, Gyani Guru. And at that time, from the east side of India, he kind of started traveling a lot and tried to find where he would get his Gyani Guru. He had at one point reached Ajmer, and there he got to know that a great sannyasi is, a great Swami is coming for giving a lecture nearby, and he went to see that. And there, when he saw who was speaking, he was elated, he was happy, because he recognized him from his original dream that this was his Gyani Guru. So he went and, that was Swami Sachidananda Saraswati. So he went and approached Swami Sachidananda ji, and he took under his
initiation from him. He took initiation from him and became Nigamananda.
And there he learned about all the scriptures, and he was so good at learning Vedas and all the scriptures that Swami gave him the name of Nigamananda. So after he was able to finish his Jnana sadhana, that also he did in a very fast pace because he was really determined to find all the answers that he had. He then finished his Jnana sadhana in Pushkar, and then Sachidananda ji himself told him that now that you have the knowledge about what is going on, you have jnana, you need to understand how to apply it to yourself, how to practice it. And in order to do that, you'll have to do yoga sadhana. So you now need a yogi guru. So at that time, he was on the western side of India. This is Rajasthan. And he went to, I think, many places around, and some yogini in Kota told him that you should look for this answer on the eastern side. So he had to come back to the eastern side, and he was in Parshuram Tirtha Yatra while looking for his yogi guru. One day, he used to go to look at sunsets and sunrises in the neighboring kind of forests. One day, he got so overwhelmed by his thoughts that he lost track of time, and he could not get back to before it became dark. So he had to take shelter in a tree. And surprisingly, he found a person lighting a fire just below the tree. And when he came down, that person just says, "Follow me." That turned out to be his yogi guru, Sumeru Das ji. And from Guwahati, I think they went somewhere around in Tibet, and that's where he had learned his yoga. He did his yoga sadhana. And with his guru's inspiration, he was able to not only finish Sabikalpa Samadhi, but also he came back to Kamakhya and was able to finish Nirbikalpa Samadhi. So that's like understanding how the infinite universe has, or what is the divine spirit in the infinite universe. So that's where you kind of go through all the 7 lokas in Sabikalpa Samadhi, and in Nirbikalpa Samadhi you understand the true nature of Param Brahma. At that time, he was so happy by completing his Tantra sadhana, Jnana sadhana, and Yoga sadhana, and more after finishing Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he wanted to share that with his guru, Jnani Guru. So he was on his way back to meet his guru, that in Kumbh Mela, which was happening at that time, he met a big congregation of gurus, where even Sankaracharya was also present. But he saw his guru, and he kind of bowed to him first. And at that kind of an incident, everyone was surprised that when there was Sankaracharya present there, why did Takur bow to Sachidananda first? And the way Takur explained that my guru is actually Jagat Guru. He is no different than Jagat Guru himself. So hence I bow to him, and at the same time I bow to everyone. And he was also able to answer many questions that the Guru Sangha asked him. And after they were all satisfied with his answer, at that time he was given the name of Paramahansa. So after doing that in Ujjain, he had so many titles, he had finished so many things. So at that point of his life, he was a little bit elated, and he was kind of traveling through Kashi. And he had a test of faith there. Kashi is supposed to be a place where no one goes hungry. So he kind of thought in his mind that let me test it, that if I will not move from here, and let me see if Ma Annapurna will give me something to eat. It eventually happened, long story short, eventually happened that Ma found a way to feed him. But that day at night, she came to his dream and said, "You learned everything that you wanted, but you are still missing a key part of your training." And that is Prema Sadhana. And that's where you learned about infinity, but you are still missing the part of understanding the divine spirit in every molecule, every infinitesimal small part of this universe. So you should go and do your Prema Sadhana. So there, Takur Maharaj had already met Gauri Ma before, so he kind of went to Karnaprayag and did Prema Sadhana with her for a time, and that's around in Himachal kind of region. So he had almost gone in many directions to find all the things that he wanted. After Prema Sadhana, Gaurima kind of inspired him to go back to Guwahati, and that's where Thakur Maharaj kind of had a connection with Ma Tara, and that's where Ma Tara kind of gave him inspiration to come back to society. So this was a point of his life where he had kind of achieved what he wanted. He was able to finish all the 4 parts of spiritual growth: Tantra Sadhana, Jnana Sadhana, Yoga Sadhana, Prema Sadhana. But at that time, Ma said, now you have to go back to Sansara, to teach these things to everyone around us, to bring this back to society. So Thakur did a very interesting thing at that time. He asked for a boon from Ma. Said, I cannot go without any assurances that what will happen if I start teaching these things. I need an assurance that anyone who follows me gets mukti in one lifetime. And even if someone does not follow me, he just comes to me, but then for some reason changes their mind, they can get mukti in 3 lifetimes. So that's kind of the assurance Ma Tara gave him when he came back to society and started doing a lot of writing, a lot of institutions that he built at around his teachings. He developed this unique method of Prema Sadhana and Jnana Sadhana, which we call Sankarankara Mata and Gaurangankara Patha, which is a kind of a unique method that he developed, that instead of going through this strenuous kind of regime to get to the truth, this is an easier mechanism to attain the same thing. And in order to do that, he had, again, in record time, he took about 1 or 2 or 3 weeks to finish 4 great books about each part of these learnings that he had, called Jnani Guru, Yogi Guru, Tantrika Guru, and Premika Guru. And in the beginning, he started Shanti Ashram in Assam, which later became Saraswata Matha. And towards the later part of his life, he kind of came from Assam and settled in Puri, and he created the Nilachal Kutir. And eventually, towards the end of his physical life, he created Nilachala Saraswata Sangha, out of which we are all a part of. So in a very short kind of a summary, that was his achievements in life. That was how he had reached to all the answers to all the questions that he had, and how he had condensed it in a very usable format, that we don't have to actually go through that very difficult path and just go through Gaurangankara Patha and Sankarankara Mata to achieve the same thing. Now, if there was some small things to take from his Jivani, according to me, would be to realize that how devoted to truth he was. He in his early life, he was a Nastika. He never believed in religion, but he was so open-minded, he was so dogged in his following of his finding the right answers, that he was open to go in the direction where he found enough truth, enough evidence. That's something we have to learn. And the second part I think we should learn from his life is, you might think that he was at the right time, at the right location to get to all these parts of his life. But the thing that we might be missing is how many other places he had to be in order to reach that right place. How much effort that he had to do in order to get to the right place and right time. It's not that it was luck that led him to the place where he is, to the Jagat Guru that he is. It's because he kept on going, he kept on acting to get to his truth. So that's the part we have to also mimic in our lives. We all are kind of fumbling around in a dark room all the time. Sometime we will find a light switch. But some people might be happy with just one light bulb in a very big dark space. But what we have to understand is we have to really keep going at what we are doing. There might be times where we are desperate, where we are exhausted, tired. We have no other path that is visible to us. At that time, what we have to understand is follow what Takur did in his life every day. We have to keep going in the right direction that we think is the right direction, every day taking any amount of steps that we can. And we should have an open mind to retrace our steps when we find our mistakes. When we think that this path is what we are going is not the path that was intended by Takur Maharaj. That's not what he meant. We should be open-minded enough to rectify our mistakes. And at that time, even if you think nothing is available to you right now, you are hanging by the last thread you have, believe me that Takur Maharaj will be there with the figurative light to show you the path. So I will end with one sentence. Let's find the next light switch. Joy Guru.
Jai Guru. Thank you, Devasish Bhai, for keeping the ocean of life of Sri Thakur Maharaj within a small pot. Really credit goes to you to describe the whole of his life in a brief. Now I would request Ma Shreya and Smita Ma to present their song at the lotus feet of Sri Thakur Maharaj and allow us to share the pleasure. Ready
Jai Guru. Dhanya Dhanya Guru Deva Shri Nigamananda
Dhanya Dhanya Guru Deva Shri Nigamananda Bitari Gala Bhakate Aturananda Tuma Upade Sajete Bitari Gala Bhakate Aturananda Tuma Upade Sajete Heu Jibana Rachira Sathi Marate Tuma Upade Sajete Heu Jibana Rachira Sathi Marate Tuma Upade Sajete Pidhi Bore Bhagyavanta Janani Piyara Pidhi Bore Bhagyavanta Janani Piyara Rakhi बिना तुम्हें जाने
आखि आगे सीना तुमा मोर देह नाही
आखि आगे सीना तुमा मोर देह नाही
কথা কহুছ তুমি পাশে পাশে থাই মন পুরাই ডাকিলে
কথা কহুছ তুমি পাশে পাশে ঠাই মন পুরাই ডাকিলে
আখি পিছুড়াকে আসি দেখা দিয়া ভলে মন পুরাই ডাকিলে
आखि पिछुड़ा के आसी दिखा दिया भले मना पुराई डाकिले
থাও পছে দূরে তুম উপদেশ বাণী
ठाओ पछे दूरे तुम उपदेश बाणी
শুভ থাও কানে কানে এতিকি মাগুণী জয় হে চির মর শুভ থাও
काने काने एतिकी मागुनी जया हे चिरा मारा
ঘৃণা কর চরণরে ভকতি জুহার জয় হে চির মর
घृणा कर चरणरे भक्ति जुहर जया हे चिरा मारा घृणा कर चरणरे भक्ति जुहर जया हे चिरा मारा
Thank you, Shreya and Smitama, for your melodious tone, offering of your song at the lotus feet of Sri Takur Maharaj. Now I would like to request our beloved Sharat Bhai, the organizational head of Nilachal Sharat Sangha Puri, to speak few words and bless the occasion, bless the congregation. भाई बसी कुन आराम से 5 मिनट.
Jai Guru, it's our proud privilege to be with you all amidst Takur Maharaj and our chief guest, Mr. John Stokes. I have heard about him many things. He's really a Sevak, what we call. He has done anything in our ashram premises also. He is present with his spouse also here, so we congratulate them all. Really, we enjoyed the Samilani like anything. We have spent here 5-6 days here. We are going to just entering into the concluding session. It's called general session of the Samilani. So, actually, Thakurji, we have also gone through the life history of Takur Maharaj, what he has done in his life, his career, for the mankind, not for himself or for his devotees only. He dedicated his life towards the entire society and humanity. So we can know from one of the incidents of his life, his main disciple was Dr. Swarupananda. Main disciple, he was a doctor by profession. One thing, when he asked Swami Swarupananda, what do you feel when you go for serving the people as a doctor? The flood affected people in Assam area. So he questioned his main disciple, Mr. Swarupananda. He was performing so many sevas, so many services to the people, that the people think of him that if we pull out our skins from our body and just prepare shoes for him, that we can never
repay his debts.
yeah, you repay his contributions.
Yeah.
What is towards us.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was the voice of the people of Assam. Then it was so much, he was so much praiseworthy that the people even don't know Takur, who the Takur was. But they praised Swami Swarupananda as a doctor. But Thakur asked his disciple, Mr. Swarupananda, what do you feel? It's very pitiable. We feel sorry of them, we feel pitiable. What? You are going on pitiable towards them? They are God himself. What you are going, you are offering your pittiness to them. So if you don't think that, you should think that your guru and your master, God himself, is present within them. And you are serving God. You are not serving the flood-affected people.
Wonderful.
So if it is not there, so you leave that service, come to me. Again, come back to our ashram. This was his, this is the incident. What type of love he was towards the humanity and the society. So we ask because he has completed the 4 paths of reaching salvation. It is called Jnana, Yoga, Tantra and Prema. Jnana is knowledge. He has completed that knowledge, gone through the knowledge and became Jnani Guru. Tantra, knowledge to know the God is called Jnana. To see them, physical appearance of God's physical presence is called Tantra. He has also completed that Tantra. To realize God himself within him and within some others also. That is called Yoga. He has also completed Yoga in his life. Then lastly, to love, which is called Prema. So he has seen everybody, whatever the trees, mountains, waters, and wherever he sees, the God is everywhere. Now you have to love others. So it was his, that's why he became Jnani Guru, Yogi Guru, Tantric Guru, and Premika Guru. So we have got such a Guru in our life. So we are so grateful in getting him as our Guru. And we are also obtaining the blessings of Thakur always. So all are present. That's why from different comings from 50 states of America and outside America also, some devotees have come to attend this Samilani. So we are all grateful to him. We are also grateful to our guests, honorable guests and esteemed persons present here. And really we are grateful to all of you. And let us, I have heard something about Mr. John Stokes' service. Physically, he has no one, he is single-handed. So he is in such a situation. He is also performing Sabha at the other, I think he might be nearing, nearing 80, I think.
Burning willpower within him.
No, that we should know from him. We should know from him.
Okay,
but at the age of 80, so 75 or 80,
only
he's performing so seva.
Only 80.
Only. So we pray for him before our.
He's speaking about you.
We pray for both of him before the lotus feet of Takur to just shower his blessings.
Yeah.
To you all.
We pray Thakur to shower his blessing on you and in your society and family members. We pray Thakur. Now, thank you very much, Sarath Bhai. Thank you.
Also.
And very courageously you have spoken today. I must express my thankfulness to you. Now I must turn my attention to Mr. Braja Bhai, the great academician and honorable president of America Saraswat Sangha, to let the congregation know how a small fetus became a strong and grown-up elephant today. How the American Sangha took its birth in the house of few devotees like Biswajit Bhai and others. Biswajit Bhai, are you listening? Okay. And how the Burnsville was there. And today we are proud to announce that we have a land of our own and an auditorium of our own. And also it is going to grow. It is going to grow more. It's not the end of the road. It's just a beginning. So I would like to request Professor Brajabhai to speak few words. As you like, as you like, as you prefer. Yeah, always, all the teachers do speak standing. They don't sit and.
Jai Guru, Prana Thakura and our esteemed guests, Santosh Bhai, Sarat Bhai as well. First of all, Santosh Bhai asked me to talk about how we became such a large organization right now that we are, and since the inception. My problem is I'm really bad with numbers. Honestly, I can't remember, when COVID happened and COVID ended. To be honest, I'm so bad in remembering things. So anyway, I have to say that approximately at this time, around this time, I have to go with that. So please excuse me, Gyanavai and all, you can remind me the exact dates. So I think it was 2001, the birthday of Sri Thakur Maharaj, Julana Purnima, that full moon night. 7 of us, 7 family members congregated and started celebrating his life and talking about him on that day. And each of us are from Thakura's family back home. So we knew Thakura, we worshipped Thakura. After coming here, we didn't have any way to connect among ourselves. Let me tell you, reveal a secret. I knew Gyanabhai before that. We go to one of our relatives' place in Minneapolis, and he was living in Minneapolis at that time, so he gets invited to their house. We have met, talked, and all these things. I never talked about Thakura to him. He never talked about Thakura to me. Okay. Then suddenly, one incident happened in India, that Baripada fire incident. Me and a friend of mine, actually not a friend, he was several years junior to me, we decided to raise some funds. So I sent an email to some Odia people via Ornet, that Ornet is an email forum, that hey, we are raising some funds for this incident, and if you are willing to help us out, please do so. Suddenly I got a note from Gyanabhai, saying that I'm going to match this and all these things. So I thought, why is this guy so interested? So, why would somebody, will be so interested? So, then we communicated and we found each other that, we are Thakur's from. Anyway, so, long story short, that after that, so I knew some people and he knew some people. So we decided to start this celebration on Thakur's birthday on 2001. So we had a very short session, did Stotra Vandana and talked about Thakur and all these things. Then we wanted to continue that thing. Robbie Bhai, I don't know if he's still here or downstairs, I don't see him here. Anyway, so he came up with a suggestion that we can use a conference call. And those days conference calls were not very popular things as happening today. So we did that, had a conference call, and started discussing things on some Sundays. I think Gyanabhai, we did that every 2 Sundays, quarterly, or once a month. We started with once a month. Then we became so interested, okay, let's do it, I think twice a month.
No, that was after we became a Sunday.
Okay.
Till that point, we were doing once a month.
Right. Then we started, now we see that, now we are doing every Sunday. Okay? Then at some point we say, okay, now our children are growing up, so let's include them, let's teach them something. So we started the YA session. Okay, and kids session. Yeah, Bijay Bhai came up with this name of young aspirant session.
No, not him, but their kids came up with that.
No, I think he's the one who suggested that in one of the meetings. Anyway, so yeah.
Okay, let him speak. Speak.
So okay. Anyway, so then we wanted to have this Samilani, that happens in India. Why not we meet each other and talk, because we were connecting via phones, right? We don't know, I knew how Gyanabhai looks, but I did not know how Vishwadevai looks, right? So he did not know how so we thought, okay, let's meet. And so Gyanabhai invited us to his house. That was our first Samilani. Then we went there, I think, for second time, I believe. Then we came to Charlotte for twice, Charlotte Temple. Then 3 times. Then Bondsville. Then we thought, okay, why not we? Okay, that's another problem. We went to White Mountain, or is that called Black Mountain? Black Mountain. The problem there is, they said you cannot use matchstick and that agarbatti, deepam, all these things, incense sticks. So that's a problem, you know. We wish we had a place of our own. We can do whatever we want. Even in Bondsville, we are having these murdang and all these things. They complained, you are making too much noise. So then we should have a place of our own. Then thanks to Takur Maharaj, we found this place and we built the structure, and here we are. To make the thing start, I know we are running out of time, running late. So now we feel that we have overgrown. Okay, this Nata Mandira is not large enough. You saw our dining place. We have to go through so many batches for prasad and all these things. So we are thinking of building another structure. If Takur Maharaj graces us, soon within next few years, hopefully we'll have another structure, and hopefully more and more people will join us. Again, Vishwadai, remind me, I think we have 101 devotees right now. How many families? 65 families. And now the kids are growing up. I remember Shreya, this little bhakti and so on. So now, they used to be part of the kids session, YA session. Now, we are thankful to them. They have grown up, but they are taking those sessions themselves. And they are doing a wonderful job. So as our kids are growing up, definitely, we need a bigger place. Meaning my point is we are really growing, and thanks to our Takur Maharaj for helping us, for his grace. And we hope that one day all our kids will take over this organization, and hopefully this will spread beyond Thakur's families to others. With that, I
Of course. One day the organization will touch the zenith. No doubt about that. Because all the talented persons have become members of this society, the American Saraswat Sangha. So now it's my turn. Okay? So, beloved Father, Universal Teacher, Sri Takur Maharaj, Mr. John, who has ornamented this congregation, your presence has inspired us to tread the hazardous path of spiritual line. Beloved Sharat Bhai, the organizational head of Nilachal Saraswat Sangha Puri, beloved Braja Bhai, the president of academician and president of American Saraswat Sangha, Vijay Bhai and others, please allow me to mention few names of the dignitaries whom we have invited here. Your sheer presence has inspired us, no doubt about that. But sorry that we can't call you to speak few words because dearth of time. The legendary figure of Indian politics, late J.V. Patnaik, Janaki Vallabh Patnaik, who happens to be a friend of need of this institution. He was Union Minister for many years and Chief Minister of Odisha for more than 15 years. A writer of repute. And we are thankful to Mrs. Supriya Patnaik, who is present here, and her husband, son-in-law of J.V. Patnaik, late J.V. Patnaik, Gautam Patnaik ji, Swaha Dikshit ji, Tarini Bhai and his family members, Dibyam Babu, and others. If I go on speaking their names, I think I won't have any time to speak my words. Okay? So really we are thankful to you for your gracious presence here. We hope that our relationship will grow and become strong in future. So I'll have to speak few words only because my time, we have shared our time, three of us. I do not want to trespass on others' time. Takur Maharaj, as we call him lovingly, is a revolutionary saint, a true leader of spiritual world. So a question arises, why at all he had to become successful in all the four margas, four paths, four process of spiritual activities of Hinduism? Why? Is not one marga sufficiently capable to show the supreme truth to the seeker? If anybody wants to become successful in Hinduism, is it imperative to adopt all the four margas? Well, it may take lifetime, it may take many lifetimes to achieve success in four margas. Why did he do that? Oh, my dear friends, oh, Vrindavan is there. I really appreciated your speaking in Sanskrit. You spoke flawlessly. You uttered flawless Sanskrit. It's really astonishing for me. And Gyanabhai and others. It was a time of great turmoil in the world of spiritualism. Sectarian principles prevailed. Gyanis were in war with the bhaktas, bhaktas were in war with the yogis, and yogis with tantrikas. There is a great discord, great animosity among the sects of Hinduism. So cry of the time, need of the time, that someone very elevated soul must come to the earth and bring in the harmonious way, harmonious opinion, harmony of religious opinions, and present a very easy path to the human race, irrespective of caste, creed, and religious affiliation. This very harmony was badly necessary. And as of today, the situation prevailing in the world today, the ego of the different state leaders, countries' leaders, the religious fundamentalism, are pushing the world into the third world war. It's the right time to remember Thakur's preaching, Thakur's teaching, Thakur's advices. Love each other, respect each other's religious opinion. But be where you are born. I mean, do not converse yourself from one religion to other. Not necessary at all. Because whatever the saints have preached, I must tell you, saints don't have geographical barriers. There is no caste, there is no creed, there is absolutely no color separation. Differences. We have brought in that for our own narrow self-interest. It was not there. And I will remind you, though you know you are all disciples and followers of Swami Nigananda, I don't have to tell you much about him because you know it already. I must tell you a few things only. His broad-mindedness. He's a lion-hearted person. He has told his disciple, As long as one from among you has not upheld salvation, I will not accept my absolute salvation. Do you find any similarity anywhere? Has any saint said this? He has told us categorically. I am in my physical self right now. He has said, I am guiding you spiritually. But when I discard my physical self, till then I will guide you in the same manner, holding your hand to make you reach your objective of life. He has told us, his first Jageshwar Biswas and his wife, Sarju Devi, the then deputy collector, deputy magistrate of the Guwahati, they were his first disciples. When they were initiated, Jageshwar Biswas, a very learned person, asked Swami Nigvanand, well, what I have to do? What spiritual practice we are directing us to follow? Smilingly he said, you don't have to do anything. I have done everything for you, not for him alone, for his disciples, all of us. He says, try to love me a little. The amount is being spoken by him. Little. I'll take care of your spiritual need. Do not worry. You are scared of your death. You do not know what happens after death. Is there a life beyond this world? Beyond our death? You are not aware of it. Well, I have seen it in my eyes, with my eyes. What happens of soul after death? Do not worry about your death and what happens to you after your death. I will take care of that. I will be standing guard at your bed. When you will breathe last, do not be worried at all. I will be there. Can you tell me any other saint have spoken like this? Has given such assurance? And the great master goes on saying, I am begging, he has said, I am begging humanity from you. Be a true human being. Don't be a selfish beast. Food, rest, progeny, and death. The same as beasts. What makes you different from the beasts, from the wild animals? You have a conscience. You have the power to consider. You have a faculty to take decision. That's why you are different. Use it positively. Help others. Help others not materially alone, but spiritually too. Spiritually is the most important factor in this world of war and fighting and animosity. We must find a way to live peacefully. We must find out a way, a means to prosper. We must make this world a better place to live. Would you not agree with me if I say spiritualism is the only answer? In Christianity, in Islam, in Zoroastrianism, in Judaism, all great saints have taken birth. They have spoken about the truth alone. Follow their teaching, follow their preaching sincerely. Do not become a fundamentalist, a radicalist. If radicalism will come, it will destroy your own religion. Takur has warned us. Love everybody. Before I conclude, I must speak few words about his Jai Guru Mahamantra. I have already told you, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. A very notorious Muslim Islamist stood on the way holding a lathi in his hand. Takur was traveling with his followers on the same path. There was no two-wheelers, no four-wheelers. It was a bullock cart. He got down from the bullock cart, slowly walked towards the person, stood in front of him, and asked him, "Why you are standing here blocking the road? What is your purpose? What do you want?" He asked me, "You are there for 4 days in my friend's house. My friend has told me not to come to his house because I am Muslim, I am Islamist. Is it good? Is it correct?" Takur said, "No, you should have come. Who denied you the right to come? Now, my friend told me." "Oh, he is wrong. Now, what do you want?" And adamantly he showed. He didn't beg. He demanded, "Show me the way to salvation." Takur asked him, "How many times do you offer namaz?" He said, "I don't offer namaz every day. I offer namaz on Friday. जुम्मे के दिन हम नमाज अदा करते हैं, बस. बाकी दिन हम खाते पीते हैं, मस्त रहते हैं, बस." He told him, "Be a sincere Muslim. Offer 5 days namaz 5 times a day and recite Jai Guru Mahamantra. You will get absolute salvation. I guarantee it." So whoever following whichever principle and who belongs to whatever religion, doesn't matter. Recite Jai Guru Mahamantra, which he has provided for the whole of human race. Not for Nilachala Saratsanga, not for Kokila Mukar, Assam Bangya Saraswat Mat, not for the Indians alone. He has presented it to the whole of human race. Jai Guru, bas. And what is Jai Guru does it mean? What does it mean really? Victory to Gurudev. There is no mantra at all. Victory to Mr. John. Is it a mantra? But it works wonderfully, I tell you. He has guaranteed the power infused into the mantra. Now I must conclude. Before I conclude, I must thank all of you to accept our invitation to be present here in spite of your busy schedule. And I mostly thank Mr. John. Your presence here radiates happiness and harmony. What more? What more is expected from a person? And Supriyama and others, those who are present, Tarini Bhai, I can't find you here. Are you really there? Okay? Or have they left? Anyway, I am thankful to all of you. And I pray God, please be merciful. Please shower your blessing on world, on all the human race, on the entire human race. Let people live in peace and harmony. Let they attain prosperity, good health, positive mind. Let the world become a better place to live. Jai Guru. Thank you all. Okay? Now, Pintu, କଣ ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଫୋନ୍ ଆରେ ଗଣ୍ଡଗୋଳିଆ କରୁଛୁ ତୁ ର ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ସଙ୍ଗୀତ ଫଙ୍ଗୀତ ହେଇଯାଉ ज्ञान भाई अचन द ग्रेट ज्ञानी जी पंजाब में जो काम करते हैं गुरुद्वारा में उनको ज्ञानी जी कहते हैं। अब ज्ञानी बनना कोई आसान काम नहीं है ज्ञानी बनना कोई आसान काम नहीं है।
जय गुरु लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे आसु जेते झड़ी पड़ू दुख माड़ी आसु जेते झड़ी पड़ू दुख माड़ी न भूलिबी केबे जीवन रे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे कृपा करी तुम प्रेम रंग तुली रे आखि दियो तुम छवि नाम पाखरे कृपा करी तुम प्रेम रंग तुली रे आंकी दियो तुम छवि नाम पाखरे नाम गाउथिबी रूप धाउथिबी नाम गाउथिबी रूप धाउथिबी सदा नीरभिजानयन रे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे प्रभु मोर चित फल करे लिखि दियो तुम नाम थोरे ଯେବେ ଯେବେ ପଡ଼ିଯିବି ମାୟା ମୋହରେ ଲିଭି ନ ଯାଉ ସେ ନାମ ଆଖି ଲୁହରେ
କେବେ ଯେବି ପଡ଼ିଯିବି ମାୟା ମୋହରେ ଲିଭି ନ ଯାଉ ସେ ନାମ ଆଖି ଲୁହରେ
ଭଗତି ଥାଳିରେ ପ୍ରୀତି ଦୀପାଳିରେ
ଭଗତି ଥାଳିରେ ପ୍ରୀତି ଦୀପାଳିରେ
ଅର୍ଘ୍ୟ ଢାଳୁଥିବି ଶ୍ରୀପୟରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର
ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
ଲେଖି ଦିଅ ତୁମ ନାମ ଥରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ଲେଖି ଦିଅ ତୁମ
ନାମ ଥରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
ଯେବେ ସେ ପାରିକୁ ମୋତେ ଯିବାକୁ ହେବ ସେ ନାମକୁ ଜପି ଜପି ଜୀବନ ଯିବ
ଯେବେ ସେ ପାରିକୁ ମୋତେ ଯିବାକୁ ହେବ ସେ ନାମକୁ ଜପି ଜପି ଜୀବନ ଯିବ
ଏହି ଅଳି ମୋର ରଖିବ ଠାକୁର
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 ରହିଥିବ ତୁମେ ପାଶରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ
ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
ଲେଖି ଦିଅ ତୁମ ନାମ ଥରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ଲେଖି ଦିଅ ତୁମ
ନାମ ଥରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
ଆସୁ ଯେତେ ଝଡ଼ି ପଡ଼ୁ ଦୁଃଖ ମାଡ଼ି ଆସୁ ଯେତେ
ଝଡ଼ି ପଡ଼ୁ ଦୁଃଖ ମାଡ଼ି
ନ ଭୁଲିବି କେବେ ଜୀବନରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ
ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
ଲେଖି ଦିଅ ତୁମ ନାମ ଥରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ
ଫଳ କରେ
ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ମୋର ଚିତ୍ତ ଫଳ କରେ
Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Thanks to Gyana Bhai and Vrindavan Bhai. Now I would request a very intelligent and knowledgeable person present among us, Bharata Bhai, to come forward and speak on the subject Sri Sri Takur and spiritual transformation of a man. I doubt, is there a transformation? Basically, we are all spiritual persons. Okay, Barada Bhai.
Jai Guru. Dear Thakur, I'm Santosh Bhai, Sharad Bhai, Braja Bhai, and Mr. Stokes. Thank you for being here. And also, dear Maj and Bhais and the young aspirants. Few days just before this Samilani, Biswit Bhai called me and he said, I would like to give you an assignment to give a talk in the Sadharana Sabha. And I said, if you want me to speak, I will usually pick up my subject, which is mostly in the realm of consciousness and the exploration in the metaphysical. He said, no, you have been always telling like that. Why don't you tell something about Takur? I said, then you choose a topic for me. If you want to do that, then you have to give the topic. He said, no, tell something about Takur. And he said, by the 12th in the midnight, you have to give me. Tomorrow I have to publish the agenda. So I thought for some time. I was in the middle of some work. I thought for some time, and I was about to send him the name of the topic. Initially, what I thought is Sri Sri Thakur's spiritual journey, a divine love story. Then, given the general session of this session, I changed it a little bit. I said the transformation. You said that very rightly that we are all spiritual beings, but until enlightenment, we still think we are bound and we are limited. And today what I'm going to do is, given the time and all these things, this is a very important topic. It will take a long time. Even I won't have the audacity to exactly say that I will be able to explain it, but at least I will give you 4 concepts. And the Thakur's, all have spoken about Thakur's life. All of you probably have read. And these 4 concepts I will leave. I think that is what will make this session, makes this talk worthwhile. There are 4 things in Thakur's life which we often doesn't talk about. The first one is, I will touch upon the 4. And given that in the audience we have people who may not have this terminology, I will try to little bit translate or transliterate just to explain those. And one is called Rupa, and the second is called Arupa, and then the third one is called Swarupa, and the 4th one is called Aparupa. And in the past, what happened is, when Thakur has a regular householder, as Devashish Bhai was telling in his life story, and he had a beautiful wife. Not only she was beautiful, but she was very devoted, and Thakur received unconditional love from her. And there are very few people in this world who get the touch of that unconditional love. And if there is ever a spiritual transformation ever happens, the people who get that touch, they only. Most of the people come to the spiritual realm on the basis of suffering in their life. If you explore why you are exploring something beyond, if life was all good, you would be happy why you are. They have some sort of suffering. And Buddha said it rightly, suffering is the cause and enlightenment is the ultimate answer. Most people approach that, but underneath of any suffering, there is somebody who is, I would say, bitten by the unconditional love. Thakur got that, but then Sudhansubala died. And when Sudhansubala died, he started looking for where she is. And she was showing up in different forms. Once in a while, she was getting the darshan and all these things. But what was happening beneath that he was missing. So Sudhansubala was in the form, what I call the rupa. She was in the form, but the form is gone now. So Thakur was looking to get that back. That led him to the tantric sadhana, which is about the objects. Tantra is about the objects, and he got it. He got it, but the problem with love is that whenever there is a love, the next thing is the curiosity. If you love somebody, the first thing you want to know who he is, where he lives, what he does, what he likes, what he doesn't like. That is called the knowledge. The knowledge immediately follows the love. He had that love, and he tried to find out where she is, and that led to the tantra, and he finally got it. When he got it, everything, Bhamakhyapa said, I'm very fortunate to have a disciple like you who could attain this thing. And Thakur was not happy. He said, it's good. I found it. I could have asked anything I want to ask. My material satisfaction can be attained, but that's not enough because she came out of me, which was you were telling. And he said, my question is, who am I? That led to the second one. That led to Rupa to Arupa. So that led to his Jnana Sadhana. And today we are in the time of modern science and technology, and we are very aware of the fact that the world of existence, today's world of existence, has only 4 things: matter, energy, space, and time, and of course information. But in the absence of matter, there is no space. Because what is space? The gap between 2 objects. And what is time? The relative motion of 2 objects or multiple objects. That's the time. And when matter vanishes completely, as we know, energy, it can be completely converted to energy. If there is no object, there is no concept of space, there is no concept of time, and only lives is energy, and that will be in a form indetectable. You cannot detect it because it doesn't strike anywhere, it don't have. So when he found with the Vedantic teachings and the scriptures and all these things that the essence of all the objects is non-object. The essence of our existence is actually non-existence, but in the presence of a consciousness. That means you are aware that the appearance and disappearance happens. The transient nature of our existence is apparent to a conscious being. And who am I? I am that consciousness. So that came in the 3rd state, is called his Swarupa. So the idea that the existence is all like this, but it doesn't exist in a mental level, is called Arupa. That led to this 3rd state, is called Swarupa. In that presence that there is the existence and the non-existence, it is the dance between the 2 going up and down. We exist and don't exist. There is a presence, that is the consciousness on which everything is happening, and he found that he is that consciousness, he is that awareness. And that awareness leads to the 4th state, what I call the Aparupa. Means it is not I say, this is what the scripture and Takur has said, and that leads to his Prema Sadhana, where he got his. So what happens is that you know that this is existence, there's a non-existence, the essence is no, there is no existence, which Buddhists call it sunyata, and everything comes out of that. And then you are the awareness of that, and then you want to still get back to that process of what we call lila, which is Aparupa, is because in that state what happens, you find a role. If you want to play a drama, you want to play a role. And that role for Thakur was Guru. He realized that the participation in this lila, if I want to get back, it is through I have some role, and his role is the Guru. That's what his realization was. He came to the 4th state called Aparupa in the process of lila. You know, there is a beautiful way this is put by the great American poet T.S. Eliot. He says in 4 Quartet, there is a very famous line. He says, "We shall not cease from exploration, and at the end of all our exploring, we will arrive where we started, and they know the place for the first time." What it is first time means turns back to the world after all the enlightenment, everything. He says, "I am now a householder in the spiritual world," not like the Nalinikanta who was suffering, lost his wife and all. He found that the same love what he found from his wife, now he can find from every individual. So that is where it doesn't end, it multiplies. You know, one of the thing, you know, the reason spirituality is a love story is because whatever you love, whatever that ends in this world. You can marry a beautiful girl, after sometimes she will not be as attractive as it was the day of marriage or in the dating period. You may get a very, very good, any other things, job, material possession, but it will fade out. But imagine that reignites in many different ways, and you can able to experience that. That when, you know, there is a very famous sloka in Bhagavad Gita when Arjuna asked Krishna that why you are creating this universe if everything is ultimately, and what is the purpose when there is suffering and all these things, what is the purpose of creating this world? He said, Prakrutim swam avastabhya visrujami punah punah. I carve within myself to create again and again, to experience myself in many different ways. If it was only one possible way, it won't last. And so that is what the whole part of Aparupa Thakur entered into, and this is what I call it a love story, and the circuit has to complete. As an electrical engineer, circuit has to complete. Where we start, we come back, and Thakur came back to that. These 4 states, Rupa, Arupa, Swarupa, and Aparupa, is actually these 4 sadhanas. Rupa is about Tantra, Arupa is about Jnana, and Swarupa is about what he got in Nirvikalpa, and Aparupa is when he entered into Lila. There is a famous, Acharya Nagarjuna, the founder of Madhyamik school of Mahan Buddhism, put it in a very beautiful way. He's called it Nagarjuna's tetralemma. His tetralemma is 4 states. He says X is the first state, first lemma. Second lemma is not X, which is the disappearance. The third one is X and not X. That means there is existence and non-existence and the awareness of that. That's the third lemma. The fourth lemma, which is Aparupa, and the Lila, which is extremely difficult to understand by the mind because it goes beyond the mind. The only way to put it in a mathematical form, he did it, it's called neither X, think about it. And your mind will never, and you know, you are a computer science professor, and there are so many young people here who can think about it. It is neither X nor not X. Think about what it is. Mind cannot think about it, that logic. But that's what the Lila is. It's about the multiplicity, says Prakritim Samavastava Visrujami Punapuna. So I think, given the time, but I would like to say that, we all are in a spiritual journey. That means our stories are love stories. And the only way to make the real progress in spirituality, if we can look ourselves, is are we becoming better lovers? Okay, let's be all lovers. That's what I pray from Takur for me and for all of us here. Jai Guru.
Thank you very much for being and becoming from formless to wonderful form. All those things you have spoken very clearly, elaborately. You should have awarded more time so that you could bear your heart before us. But unfortunately, you don't have that much of time with us. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. सभापति ठाकुर टाइम मागिबा मागंतु मागंतु 15-20 मिनट मागो 20 मिनट मागंतु ना कौन भाई ओके आसुन now I would like to request Mr. James John Stokes to deliver his presidential address. Mr. Stokes, you can sit here.
Extended the invitation to be with you for this afternoon session. I did so with a great deal of anxiety and apprehension, and flatly scared to death. I didn't know what to expect, and still don't. But I must tell you, it has been a distinct pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and I appreciate your hospitality. This is a wonderful group of people, and I have enjoyed meeting so many of you and hope to see you again soon. Other than that, I don't know what's expected of me. Bijoy says that whatever it is, I can delegate someone else to do it, so I'm going to delegate him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stokes. And now I would request Mr. Biswajit Bhai to thank all except me. Madhura Madhura Sesu Gaya, the last song. Vrindavan, are you lost? ଟିକେ ଶେଷକୁ ଗାଇବା ମଧୁରଣ ସମାପୟତେ ଆଉ
जय गुरु प्राणप्रिय ठाकुर महाराज. Yeah, that's fine. Jai Guru. Pranpriya Takur Maharaj, our parent organization president, Santosh Bhai, our parent organization head, Sarat Bhai, America Sarsa Sangha Sabhapati, Braja Bhai, our esteemed guest, Mr. John H. Stokes, and our guests for this evening. All the guests, they came from local Raleigh area. My dear brother, Guru, Bhais, Mas and young aspirants. We are very fortunate to have John Stokes today. We have been hearing his name, I think, for the past 1 month or so from Vijay Bhai, and we're looking for guests for this this evening, the Sadharana Sabha, and we had a committee. They are searching for guests throughout, I think, couple of months, and finally, Thakur's wish was to have John, to be in this our this particular session. Actually, this is Thakur's wish. On behalf of our Sangha, or our organization, we express our heartfelt gratitude to you to come here and preside this session. We are very much thankful to you. We also pray Thakur to shower his blessings on you. And for the past couple of weeks, we have been hearing that you helped us, dedicating your time, like early morning hours, and many times you have come here to set up the, I think, the lights for us in the parking area. This is, it's our temple. You have done a lot of great thing. Thakur has been watching, and we pray Thakur also to have better life and bless you for coming here. Then all the guests, I think a lot of them have gone already, but still I would like to express gratitude from our organization for coming here and attending the session. And we are very much thankful to Santosh Bhai coming all the way from India and have been spending so many days with us, explaining about Thakur and Thakur's Leela, all the things that he have been doing for the last 3 days. We are very much thankful to you, Santosh Bhai, coming here. And Sarat Bhai, especially Sarat Bhai, he has been conducting class puja and coming here, and he has taken a lot of strain coming and explaining about Thakur's Bhavadhara to us, how we can move forward this organization down the line. We are very much thankful to you, Sarat Bhai. Then by this way, I am concluding my vote of thanks. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Yes?
Sir, one of the most devoted devotees from Bangladesh is right now with us.
Is it?
Mr. Santosh Ghosh, with his family, they have come. Please ask him to just
Where is he?
share a few words. Santosh da. Bangladesh devotee.
It's okay, okay.
Ma bhi achinti tankara ashanti, puo ashanti.
Would you please stand up so that we can see you clearly? আপনি একটু আগে আসুন না।
বেঙ্গলি কইবে কোন তো?
আর আমরা সবাই বাংলা বুঝতে পারি, বলতে পারি, আপনার কোনো অসুবিধা হবে না। আপনি আমাদের মধ্যে একজন, এটা কি মিথ্যা? তবে বসুন, প্লিজ বসুন, বসুন, আপনি ওই চেয়ারেই বসুন।
বৌদি আছে।
Okay, Gyana Bhai and Vrindavan Bhai, please go on singing. It's a wonderful song, telling that this very place is Vrindavan. You don't have to travel that far to Vrindavan. Whenever Thakur is here and all of us are present with him, this becomes Vrindavan.
Jai Guru. मधुर मधुर बंसी बजे এই সেই মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন। এই তো সেই সেই বরজ বিধু, এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু, এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম, এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু, এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন। এই তো সেই যমুনা কূল, এই সেই কুঞ্জবন, এই তো সেই যমুনা কূল, এই সেই কুঞ্জবন, এই তো সেই শিখি চুড়িয়া রাধিকার প্রাণধন, এই তো সেই শিখি চুড়িয়া রাধিকার প্রাণধন, এই তো সেই যমুনা কূল, এই সেই কুঞ্জবন, এই তো সেই যমুনা কূল, এই সেই কুঞ্জবন, এই তো সেই শিখি চুড়িয়া রাধিকার প্রাণধন, এই তো সেই শিখি চুড়িয়া রাধিকার প্রাণধন, এই তো সেই রসিক, এই তো সেই রস রসিক, এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম, এই তো সেই রস রসিক, এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন। এই শুভুছি বংশী স্বন রাধা রাধা নাম, এই শুভুছি বংশী স্বন রাধা রাধা নাম, যমুনা কূল উছুলি উঠে শুনি সেই মধুতান, যমুনা কূল উছুলি উঠে শুনি সেই মধুতান, এই শুভুছি বংশী স্বন রাধা রাধা নাম, এই শুভুছি বংশী স্বন রাধা রাধা নাম, যমুনা কূল উছুলি উঠে শুনি সেই মধুতান, যমুনা কূল উছুলি উঠে শুনি সেই মধুতান, কলা কাহ্নুর কাহ্নুর নুপুর ধ্বনি, কলা কাহ্নুর নুপুর ধ্বনি, শুভু ଅଛି অবিরাম, কলা কাহ্নুর নুপুর ধ্বনি, শুভু ଅଛି অবিরাম, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন, মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন। কেଳି কদম্ব মূଳରେ দেখ সে মন মোহন, কেଳି কদম্ব মূଳରେ দেখ সে মন মোহন, অধরে শোভে মোহন বংশী করই উচ্চাটন অধরে শোভে মোহন বংশী করই উচ্চাটন কেଳି কদম্ব মূଳରେ দেখ সে মন মোহন কেଳି কদম্ব মূଳରେ দেখ সে মন মোহন অধরে শোভে মোহন বংশী করই উচ্চাটন অধরে শোভে মোহন বংশী করই উচ্চাটন ত্রিভঙ্গ ঠাণিরে উভাজি ত্রিভঙ্গ ঠাণিরে উভাজি ভক্ত প্রাণ ধন ত্রিভঙ্গ ঠাণিরে উভাজি ভক্ত প্রাণ ধন গোপী মানে ଗୋପୀ ମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଗୋପୀ ମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ନାମ ଗୁଣଗାନ ଗୋପୀ ମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ନାମ ଗୁଣଗାନ ମଧୁର ମଧୁର ବଂଶୀ ବାଜେ ଏଇ ସେଇ ବୃନ୍ଦାବନ ମଧୁର ମଧୁର ବଂଶୀ ବାଜେ ଏଇ ସେଇ ବୃନ୍ଦାବନ ମଧୁର ମଧୁର ବଂଶୀ ବାଜେ ଏଇ ସେଇ ବୃନ୍ଦାବନ এই তো সেই এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই তো সেই বরজ বিধু এই সেই ঘনশ্যাম মধুর মধুর বংশী বাজে এই সেই বৃন্দাবন জয় গুরু 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 জয় গুরু
Braja bhai, to provide information about the coming session and to yeah? ଆଉ କ'ଣ ଅଛି
ନାଇଁ 6:15 ଆରତି କରିବେ
6:30 କରନ୍ତୁ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା
ନାହିଁ ବିଧାନସଭା ଅଛି ପରା ବିଧାନସଭା ଅଛି
କାହିଁକିନା ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ତ ଆଉ କୁଆଡ଼େ ଯିବାର ନାହିଁ ଆମେ ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଛାଡ଼ିବାର ନାହିଁ 6:30 କ'ଣ 9:30 କ'ଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି କରନ୍ତୁ ହଁ ଭାଇ କରନ୍ତୁ କିଛି ଯାଏ ଆସିଲେ ଆଉ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ବାଲ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ ଏ ଜଳଭୋଗ ପାଇଁ
5:55 ପ୍ରତୀକ୍ଷା କରିବେ
ହଁ
20 ମିନିଟ୍ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରତୀକ୍ଷା
He is not going to leave us, neither we are going to leave him. So what is the problem?
Jai Guru, dear Thakur, our invited guests, Bhais and Mas. So here we are going to conclude our general session, and I'm requesting Thakur Maharaj to go to his bedroom and have some offering evening snacks, and then we'll resume or start our evening session, the final session of this Samilani, this congregation, with at 6:15 p.m. Arati, with 5:55 p.m. Pratiksha. Jai Guru.
নর রূপ ধরম পর পুরুষ প্রভয়া হৃদি তাম सनासकरं मुनिमानस सेवित श्रीचरण मुनिमानस सेवित श्रीचरण प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरुं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरुं